Hey, we are here. We are here. Sharon, tell
And
us about
happy Thursday.
exactly. Tell us why are we here?
Why?
Mm-hmm.
We are here because, well, this is where we're supposed to be.
Oh, okay. It's one good way to take a look at it. What's another good way to take a look at
Another good way to take a look at it is that we are passing on information that is vital to relationships and maintaining healthy, thriving relationships.
it? Hmm. Uh-oh. I'm trying to do two or three things
He's
at once like
he's
you.
gadgeting again.
Yeah, exactly. But go ahead, keep going. They can hear us.
Yes. So what I am going to do, first of all, I am Zare, and I am here with Imar, and we are taking the journey together.
Mm-hmm.
We have been taking this journey together on our Black media for the last 4 or so years.
Mm-hmm.
And so I don't know, time goes fast when you're having fun.
Exactly.
So it doesn't
Exactly.
seem like that long, and I may be off, but it's we can ballpark it there.
You can ballpark it there. Okay.
Yes, yes.
Mm-hmm.
So because we have a pretty lengthy topic today, and for those of you who have been with us in the past, you know that we are instead of carrying over, we are now trying to complete or encapsulate a topic each week. And
What do you
so
mean
I'm
by
going to
capsulate a
just,
topic? I mean, you
just
always throw those big words
lock,
because you figure being a teacher, you have a right to. So what does capsulate mean? I mean, come on, help us
just
out.
lock it in and like taking a pill. Everything you need in that pill is just right there. And so we just
You're just saying we're just doing it in a shorter way. We're
yeah,
different segments. That's the word.
that's what it
Different
says.
segments. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well.
yeah. And so I'm going to
But,
start with. Go ahead.
no, I'm gonna say we're also too not having our usual friend with
I
us.
know.
That's not around, which is really
Um,
too bad. I want to make sure everybody knows that they can share. Make sure you share the show to your friends, your relatives, your girlfriend, your boyfriend,
your
all the people
enemy.
that you know. Please not your enemies, but go ahead and
Well,
share it.
yeah, because your enemies might need it too.
Wow, I didn't say that. She did. Go ahead.
In other words, everybody could benefit. So
Okay.
what I'm going to start with is our belief statement.
Mm-hmm.
And it goes like this: we are
It
going
goes
to
a
relate.
little something like this.
Yes, we are going to relate. It doesn't matter what your mother, father, children, or even what Jesus says. We are going
Mm-hmm.
to relate. We get the idea that we can be friends, but we can't be lovers, or we can be lovers, but we can't be friends. Therefore, we decide that we're going to be our lovers instead of our friends. At taking the journey together, we feel the need to relate in a balanced way. And what we mean by balanced is since we believe that your best friend can be your best lover, we mean taking the friendship and sharing on one side and the lover and sexual compatibility on the other side, then working towards creating a thriving relationships or what we call healthy relationships.
Exactly. How healthy is your relationship? I guess that's what we should say. How healthy is yours?
Well, on a scale of 1 to 100, it is 80.
All right. I love that. I love that.
Yes.
And with that at hand, what else should we do with your relationship if it's at that scale doing that good?
Continue to follow the lessons that and the principles that we are sharing on taking the journey
I would
together.
say so, yeah, especially if you want to be able to have a good balanced relationship. Hey, we got someone here, LaShonda Smith. Hello, LaShonda
Lashonda,
Smith. Yes,
nice to have you with
good
us.
to see you here. I'm sure like to know some of these people who come up. Please let us know where you heard our show and where are you from, Miss LaShonda. As for how you found out about the show and where you're at right now listening, we would love to have that. Here's another guy, Mr.
David
David
Banner is
Banner.
back.
He's back. Good evening, David.
He's
We're
been
glad to
with us
see you.
for a while now.
Yeah, he is. He's been with us for a while.
Yes.
Let's go and get somebody. Well, let's continue with the show. Now, you
Okay.
were getting ready to come up with our, what was it you were going to come up with?
I came up with it.
No, our topics. We're going
Well,
to go
yeah,
into our
that's what I
topics, a
was
different
about to
section.
say.
Let's start right into it. That's what I
Yes.
mainly wanted to say. So
Okay.
we can move
Yeah,
right
that's
into
and
it.
that's you're right. That's where I was
Mm-hmm.
going. Too. So today we are going to talk about something that is very special as
Mm-hmm.
far as an issue that a lot of couples have.
Mm-hmm.
We are going to focus on our topic today is the divine dance.
The divine dance.
Mhm.
And what's this divine dance has to do with in relationships?
Masculine and feminine energies
Oh,
in balance.
masculine and feminine energies. Wow. Seeing the Facebook post about the show. Lovely. Glad to
Oh,
see that you did.
wonderful. Thank you.
Where are you from, Mrs. LaShawn? We always like LaShonda. Like to know where you're
Thank
from
you.
too at the same time. So we're going to talk about feminine and masculine energies in relationships, man, woman, outside, inside, or both together. I don't know, but we're going to talk about it, huh?
Yes.
Let's go ahead and clarify the key. What?
The key idea.
Well, how about the key distinction?
Yes.
This key distinction. What is a key distinction between masculine and feminine energies? Aren't they the same with male and female? Go ahead, you can look at our notes. Our notes we put together and did our own research. So there's nothing wrong with that.
No.
Mm-hmm.
No. This is the the masculine and feminine energies are not the same.
No, they're not the same. Not the same. And we're not just talking about the physical body look, of course,
No.
obviously, but then again, sometimes gender.
But when you talk about energies, that's something that's more
in the inside
you as opposed to
outside, which
and that's one of the things that we need to focus on more is
the inside, because we know that outside right now there are a lot of changes on that. So people are going to have gender what?
Preferences or
gender modifications, and with
Yes.
the gender modifications, you could have some females who look like males and some males that look like females, and yet their roles many times, as for how their energies is from the inside, is still the same, and they're still acting in a way that has to do with that in their relationships, and that's why we're looking at from the root, the energy side. Okay, that's what we're looking at from. Okay. So we know that they're not the same, even though they have the male and females have bodies. How's that?
Yeah.
Every person, what in this case, regardless of sex, carries both. That's something people have a problem with. Maybe every person, even though you have a female or male body, you carry both energies. We're talking about energy. Energy is something that cannot be created or destroyed. Those who are into spirituality or those who are into maybe science, they understand we are talking about something from the inside. Give us an example, Sharon, to help us out just a little bit.
Okay, for example, a husband may lead in finances.
She's from, I know Miss Smith, she's currently in Hinesville. Thank you very much for letting us know. Go right ahead, sir.
Okay, so a husband may lead in finances. It's something that you do. You lead in finances, and I love that. And that's a masculine point of view. But he can also nurture his children with gentle affection, which people see that as a feminine energy.
Sadly.
And exactly, because what that does, and I'm veering off right now, but when you said sadly, that brought to mind the fact that there are so many males that because society has said, raising children is woman's work, it brings a wedge between father and children, because that whole ideology keeps fathers from understanding or knowing how to comfortably connect with their children, especially when they're babies.
Exactly. The idea that if I get to nurture new care, even though I have to admit a young brother, especially a young African-American brothers, are being much more sensitive to trying to nurture from a male energy, from a female energy side, but allowing that male energy from the standpoint of their actions on the outside being taught to the males and the females, but in a more gentler way than the traditional. I don't smile, I don't cry, I show no emotions, I'm not very tender in my touch. They're letting that female energy kind of flow through them in such a way, but still at the end, there's still males touching out to their children and to, of course, their mates. I want to give a shout out, a rest in power, Malcolm who?
Jamal Warner.
Jamal Warner, who just passed away not too long ago. And what an example of a male that in turn showed that energy, that female energy side, that softer side, that more what I call it even a stronger side. In his many episodes we watched him, grew up on Bill Cosby.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he had a very good talent when it comes to spoken word, and also too at the same time he was a musician too. At the same time, a lot of people didn't
very
know.
talented young man.
He definitely was. So let's move on. We're still
the
on our
other
first
side.
period.
Well, we only gave the male side.
Okay.
Let's touch
Give
on
example,
the
female
woman.
side. Yes.
You know, so while he's doing the finances and being, you know,
Mhm.
affectionate with his children,
Mhm.
the wife may be intuitive and emotional, which
Mhm.
is quite all right as far as society is concerned, because that's what a female is supposed to be. She's supposed to be very emotional and things of that sort. But still, she can anchor the home in structure and in discipline, which is considered masculine.
Mhm.
So, you know, it is possible for a female to also discipline, just as it's possible for the male to discipline.
Oh wow, yes. I grew up single parent family myself. My mom was definitely the discipline in that
And she
family.
had to do it all.
And she would whoop you like in the old school. If you messed up and I'm whatever was near, you would get with from that end. And traditionally, people look at this being a male thing. If you may want to say, that didn't stop my mama. I mean, my mom at this time, but I'm not saying it's positive. It was, because it certainly hurt, and I felt the pain outside and inside. But that's a good example.
Yes.
That's a good example. Let's move right on.
A good quote is, "It's not about who wears the pants; it's about whether we're dancing or pulling each other off beat."
Again, I like that. It's not about who wears the pants. It's
Mhm.
about where we're dancing or pulling each off of the what?
Offbeat.
Offbeat, yeah. So it's really a dance. That's what we're referring to with the relationship that we're trying to talk about, energy from the inside. It's really a dance in that relationship from that end.
And when you think about it, dancing is synonymous with being in sync.
Yes, or have that resonance
Mhm.
in so many words.
Yeah.
So let's move on to our next section. Hello,
Hi, Gianna.
Gianna
I'm sorry,
Tana.
I can't see.
Yeah, exactly.
Gianna.
Wherever you are, you're listening. Please let us know where you are, where you're listening, and where you found out about our show. We
Yes.
really would appreciate it. Okay, Sharon, what is now moving into our next section, right?
Mm-hmm.
What is it called? Section?
Segment.
Segment. Thank you.
Yes.
I'm sorry. Two S's got me. Understanding
The
what?
same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Understanding the energies within us.
Understanding the energies within us. Hey, starting the new segment. Share, friends, relatives, let them know they're doing a new segment. You need to understand, or at least pass it on to help people out. So, understanding the energy within us. Define the energies that we're talking about.
Okay. Masculine energy
Mhm.
seeks direction,
Mm-hmm.
focus, clarity,
Mm-hmm.
logic, and purpose.
Say it again.
The masculine energy seeks direction, focus, clarity, logic, and purpose.
Yes. Hello, Randall Noons. Good to see you here, my brother. Well, hopefully you're enjoying yourself. But you're watching with us, Coach Imar, and of course this is Sharon. We're relationship coaches, and we're basically want to make sure that your mind is at rest and ease while you're in a balance of the relationship. If you don't have one, we're teaching you, moving you in such a way where you can have that
guiding
you, well, teaching you too, so that you we're actually nurturing you too, so you get that direction. So you are in this section talking about understanding the energies within. What's the next one you said?
The feminine energy seeks flow, expression, creativity, feeling, and nurturing. Now, and this is the thing that is funny to me, because, and I don't mean funny, I mean funny as in how people get things all tangled up and twisted around. You know, you look at these different areas that I just spoke of, and how they have been categorized into two different areas as far as masculine and feminine energies. But you were just talking about Malcolm Jamal Warner a few minutes ago. Yet,
hello, James Smith. I want to say something, James. Hello. Love the show that for giving people different perspective. Thank you very much. I always want to give a shout out to those who actually listen to it. I think that's important. Hello, Amelia Ava, right?
Yes.
Ava, okay. I'm sorry. I just want to always make sure we give shout out to our guests and our people who are watching that know that we care about you. But always call us at 786-763-1324. We're not live on that phone, but not during the show. Just leave your name, your message, what you want to talk about. We'll get back with you as soon as possible. You can always email us at takingthejourneytogether@gmail.com to give us what your problem, what your concern is. Maybe you want us to come to your city. Maybe you want us to come to where you're at, and maybe we could sit down and talk to you at a Zoom. Or physically set up someplace, whether it's at a church, whether it's the Hall Community Center, and you can gather all your friends and let the neighborhood know we can come by and answer your questions. Our usual spiritual advocate is not here at the time. She kind of gives us that kind of, I don't say that balance in, but she gives us that in that has to do with the spiritual side that's between that balance. So on that balance in a relationship, you should always have some spiritual foundation and guide with you along too, because all of this is based on those principles anyway, right?
Right.
Okay, on to the next one.
Well, hold on. I was making a point. And
okay, I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay. You were spontaneous too.
Mm-hmm.
But what I was saying is you were talking about, I just gave the two different energies, the masculine and feminine, but you were talking about Malcolm Jamal Warner just a few minutes ago.
Mm-hmm.
And you were talking about what a good poet he was and things of that sort. That's the creativity side.
Mm-hmm.
So how can you say that a male should not be creative?
Mm-hmm.
Males can be painters.
Mm-hmm. Have been. Still are.
Still are. Our son-in-law, great artist. Son, great artist.
Both sons. One Piff Beats. Shout out to my son.
Yes, I was getting ready to say,
after 12 years, he's got his own production company and does music called Piff Beats. He said he's been doing good with Piff Beats. For those of you who don't know, means what?
Paid in full.
Paid in full. So glad to get a chance to meet him. It's like we really never left each other from that standpoint of view. And I'm so glad and looking for some more time and energy and actually face-to-face time to get to know my son as he is now as a grown man, and vice versa too at the same time. Those energies that are spiritual, emotional, what else? And behavior traits that not what?
Not roles from the 1950s.
Try it again. Say it again. I think you need to say that again, really.
They are spiritual, emotional, and behavioral traits, but they're not roles from the 1950s. And we say that because in the 1950s, there was this idea that males had to fit into this category, females had to fit into this category. I always had problems with that because I was always that person that not only was creative from the feminine side, but I also like to build things. And that was a masculine energy that, people would look at me strange when I would want to build something. It's like I was not supposed to be able to do that.
Well, it's a old school archaic concept that maybe we have to admit it is culturally created in a lot of culture, especially the westernized culture. There's not necessarily Eastern culture whatsoever or everybody else in the world culture when it comes to the resemblance or the image of a male anyway in the first place. So I think that's important for us to mention that. And we know that the transitional phase now with a lot of our younger folks, especially younger male and female, are not necessarily holding on to that old archaic role. And so it's important in our relationship, if we're going to handle balance, we can't use the outside to be able to handle a relationship in a balanced way. We have to understand the next level of expansion, the next level of understanding, the next level of us, how can I say it, moving to be more excellent or better in our relationship, a more comfortable relationship, understand that who we are is who we are from the inside.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
In the middle of a conflict, a man who pauses to listen and validate feelings is using his feminine energy. I'll say it again, Nels. If you pause, take your time to listen to your female being or your female mate or that other mate. Hey,
or your energy within it.
You're using your female side of your energy. That's right. You're using that. But the other side of what?
A woman setting clear boundaries with, this is what I need to feel safe, is tapping into her masculine. So she's actually speaking up for herself, speaking of her needs in a very understandable way. She's still, the fact that she's speaking up for herself is saying this is her masculine energy.
Yes.
And so So we have them both. And as we're giving these examples, think about where you fit into this.
Mm-hmm.
Are you always either on your feminine side or your masculine side?
Mm-hmm.
Or do you and your partner complement each other by moving or flowing back and forth between the masculine and feminine?
You mean like a
energies?
dance?
Yes.
That's what we're
Yes.
talking about. We are definitely talking about like a dance. Wow. So a real life moment. I remember counseling a couple. I do remember this too, with a husband who felt like he always had to be strong all the time. He never, well, he didn't cry in the counseling sessions or anyway whatsoever. Didn't talk much either. Coaching sessions. He didn't talk much either at the same time. It was more grunts, couple of words. That's about it. His wife, meanwhile, felt like she couldn't relax unless she made all the decisions. They weren't broken, they were imbalanced. And you could just feel the imbalancedness while we were trying to coach them in the room. And it felt very uncomfortable because he could tell she probably had to bring him in by gunpoint. No, had to bring him in by everything that had to do with conviction or guilt, because he didn't want to be there. There's no doubt about it, he didn't want to be there. And when he did want to be there, you could tell he was that same way when he was with her other times when she wanted to explore certain things. He was like, nah, I ain't feeling it. I ain't doing it. I ain't talking about it. I can be seen, but I'm not going to be heard. Yeah. That's probably the reason why he was probably not saying much too at the same time, is because he figured he wasn't going to be heard outside of his traditional background for father. Society said, hey, your feelings don't count anyway, so don't say anything. Just keep them all in.
And you have to take into consideration how much of that is self-fulfilling prophecy.
Yeah, yeah.
And how much of it is actual from outside forces.
Exactly. Bad mix too. Okay, so we're going on to our next section. What is our next section? The pain and balance and survival roles. Wow. Yes. This section is all about the pain and balance and survival roles. So we're going to talk about how trauma, family history, society pushes us people out of balance. One of what we talked about is that male kind of experience that has to say that a male doesn't cry, a male doesn't show his emotions, or a male through the country, westerns and other shows, even our new shows right now where we have rappers and other men and cops and robbers. Cops are saying, lieutenants on, they say no more than maybe 3 or 4 words, 5 at the most. Yeah. So you don't communicate and talk much at all. Wow.
And the problem that that I'm having here with this is, and you keep saying this, and because this is something that is very prevalent in our society, is the idea that males don't cry. We are still doing this to the men in our lives, and we do it from the time that they're very small children. Yeah. You have a 3-year-old who
cry anyway.
Who will fall and hurt themselves.
He'll cry anyway, especially when you're real young. Yeah, playground outside the public and everything else.
Exactly, but the thing of it is, when they fall, hurt themselves, you would cry if it were you, or you'd want to.
Yeah.
But you will tell this little boy, this little child, oh, get up and shake it off. You okay? You're too big to cry.
Exactly.
No. And that is how society messes with that feminine and masculine energy.
That's what happens is you start in turn creating wounded masculinity, controlling emotions, unavailability, and it turns into aggression. That's right. There are many males who are having bad relationships in their particular relationship with their kids and their mate, and they're showing anger and frustration and rage. It's because of the fact that they are wounded. I'll say it again. They have wounded masculinity. Their energy has been somehow stifled. Their energy somehow has been backlogged. Mainly, they are not in touch with their own particular energy. And so therefore, they don't know how to handle their emotions. And usually the stereotype is, if I'm feeling emotional, I come back with anger. And one of the emotions they might be dealing with is fear. fear to be able to deal with my son, fear to deal with my daughter, fear to deal with my particular wife, because it's all unknown to me. I have no past experience. I got nobody to talk to. So it turns into this particular anger and rage, and it's broken masculinity. And then many times it's passed down from generation to generation.
Yes.
It's part of the DNA. It's part of a bad heritage legacy too at the same time.
Yes.
What about the wounded feminine side?
The wounded feminine, easy for me to say, right?
Yeah.
She's overly passive.
Mhm.
She's emotionally chaotic. She's needy, or maybe even resentful.
Mhm. And very prideful.
Yes.
Very prideful.
Yes.
Very prideful. We find that a lot of times, a lot of our sisters can be, not all women are like this, not all sisters like that, but we can find that stereotype that's pushed a lot, that has elements of truth in it, that they're very, very prideful. They turn it around to be angry black woman kind of thing. Am I right? But that's
Exactly.
a wounded female.
And sometimes we bring it on ourselves
Mhm.
because of the same thing. Nobody taught us how to handle our emotions.
Mhm.
Yet at the same time, we were in a position where somewhere along the line, and it can be from childhood, it can be from adolescence, it can be from adulthood, different people that you work with,
Mhm.
on your job. It just, you don't know where it comes, but you get this message
Mhm.
that, something is wrong with you.
Yeah.
And so you get tired of hearing something is wrong with you. And so we get that statement, fake it till you make it.
Mhm.
Well, faking it is where that pride comes in, where
Exactly.
that misguided, misdirected pride is. And all that is just messing with you.
So when we speak to Black and urban families, we often have to survive more than thrive.
Mhm.
And we're all about trying to teach you how to thrive, not just to survive.
Yes.
The survival builds walls in our spirit where we are blocked from even having any real feelings and connection to our energies, our female or male energies, period. Male energies becomes more defensive, not
Yes.
directive. Female energies become more burnt out,
Mhm.
not balanced. And many of us have been in single parent families like I did, and my mom definitely had to play both roles. She was burnt out. I stayed with her until she passed away, and she split me to two people: the good guy, the bad guy. And I know she was burnt out until she passed away. Bless her heart too at the same time. But she was definitely a broken female, and in turn her energy became just out of balance. And a lot of us are living that way, especially our urban community families.
Yes. And that is just from moment to moment.
Exactly.
True survival.
So we're going to move on to our next segment right now when it comes to what?
Do you want to take a break now?
Oh, yeah, we need to take a break. I'm sorry. You done caught me. Let's see some people who have been listening. Okay, Angel's been listening. Oh, thank you, Angel. We had Luna's been listening, sharing her thoughts. Thank you, Evelyn. And we had Scott. And then we have Miss LaShonda again. Thank you, Miss LaShonda.
And we appreciate you. We appreciate you all for being with us.
Mm-hmm.
Don't go anywhere. We will be right back.
Where are we going?
We're going to take a break. We need a break.
We need a break. All right. Yes. So we will come right back to you.
Hey there. Are you ready to amplify your voice and embrace your passion? Tune in to Our Black Media Network, where community comes first and every story matters. We're here 24/7, delivering powerful content on everything from financial literacy to the latest in sports and mental health. We are unapologetically real, reflecting the heartbeat of our community with programs that inspire, empower, and drive change. Join us on all major media platforms to celebrate our unique voices and advocate for the change we want to see. With over 50K monthly viewers, our network is your go-to destination for authentic, engaging content. Be a part of the movement. Be a part of the change. Tune in to Our Black Media Network today and let your voice be heard.
Hello, world. We're here, serving Savannah, Atlanta, Jacksonville, Brooklyn, Houston, Philadelphia, Los Angeles, and the world. The best music all the time. The greatest songs ever made, every time. Tune in to Hot 2100 Savannah and get a taste for your ears. Hot 2100 Savannah, serving Savannah and the world.
When it comes to the city, I'm the key. Gotta go to court in the morning for a plea. What you gotta pay to get, I hit that for free. And when I'm in the streets, yeah, I gotta tote that heat. It's hard for you to touch it, cause I stay up out of reach. Talking about is dirty, I'ma make 'em meet. I've been down too long, I'd be damn if I don't eat. If you want someone to try, I'd be damn if it's me. I see why you mad, you ain't swaggin' like this.
All right, we are back, and if you caught that RV retreat, that's another thing that we have been looking
Wow.
at.
The whole commercial there was I was asking you to take a look at, or you respond back to. It's a show that we did when
We did
we did.
that particular one.
Yeah,
We
that
did
one.
in 2021.
Well, what was
I
it
believe
about?
it
Not
was.
so much the date, so
It
let's
was-
see when we do one again. But what
Yeah,
was it all about?
It was a date night,
Mhm.
and so we had couples that came together, and we had question and answers, playing games, talking about relationships. It was just a fun evening for couples and to get to know each other and spend some time together.
Exactly. You can always get a hold of us. We'll be glad to do a date night show with you, something fun that you like to do for your birthday, maybe for a party, or maybe just because you figured that in your neighborhood community, you need to do that for your girlfriends or your boyfriends or couples that you know of themselves. We'll be glad to be able to help you out and come together to make it fun and at the same time learn something about how your relationship can explore and expand to at the same time. You can also find us where or these places, taking the journey itself. That's our email address below. That's our Facebook, of course. And there's our Instagram. You can always go to that and get a hold of us and see what we're doing. We're also going to be moving our show that we do on WRUU 107.5 out of Savannah. And of course, it's online all over the world. Basically, we're starting to do on Thursday. When do we start? doing on
Thursday,
Thursday?
we're going to start it the 6th of
Yeah.
August.
6th of August?
Yes, the summer, anyway. But yes, we're going to start on the 6th of August at 11 a.m., which is,
11.
we're going to be on Thursdays instead of Saturdays as we used to be. So
Mhm.
on Thursday mornings, so you can get us on Thursday mornings if you're free, get us on Thursday afternoons or Thursday evenings, once or twice. Sometimes twice is more nice.
Twice is nice. I'm trying to think about how they say that, but I can't think of it. Now we're going on the second half. We're going to roll through a second half to give you some good information for you to digest. It's almost be like that fast food that we all eat now, but it's going to be good. It'll be at chunks or small bites that in turn at least you could chew, swallow, and eat. So I want you to share it with your friends, share it with your relatives, share it with your enemies, share it with couples that you know you need, and they need to hear this. They need to hear this.
Okay, I want to change something.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of fast food,
Mm-hmm.
let's have a snack. We call it a snack.
Good sneaky
Fruit.
snack.
Yes.
Yeah, fruit snack.
Fruit goes down
And vegetable
so
too,
easily.
because I like vegetables
Yes,
too.
yes.
Okay, so creating balance in real life. That's our next one that we're talking about. No.
No,
When it
no.
come together, love as
We're
a
getting ready-
dance.
We're getting ready to dance.
Yes. Okay, why don't you start us off? I'm sorry. I didn't start off with my good foot. Go ahead.
Well, now you're gonna get on the good foot.
Go ahead.
Masculine and feminine energy
Mhm.
aren't opponents; they're dance partners.
Oh,
One,
say it
two,
again.
three,
Try say
four.
it again,
One, two,
brothers
three,
and
four.
sisters out there needing to hear this. If you want a balanced relationship, go ahead.
Masculine and feminine energies are not opponents; they're dance partners.
And let's admit, some of us can't dance well or dance at all. Like for instance, I don't dance well, but I love to slow dance,
Yes.
and I slow dance well. She, on the other hand, she can slow dance because she knows how to follow, but she can do all kinds of other 60, 70 dances that I can't do.
Well, you know what? It doesn't matter,
Oh, does too.
and
It's
because
a good start that
it
we
does.
both know how to dance, and slow dancing is a good way to be able to dance together when we know today they don't dance much together anymore.
Yeah,
They're all dancing individually, just like in the relationship.
Yes.
They're operating as two individuals in a relationship.
But what I was meaning
Mhm.
was it doesn't matter if you don't dance very well or not,
Mhm.
because sometimes we need.
I slow dance
No,
well.
I know, but you
So
were talking
that's
about
well enough for me.
exactly. But you were talking about
Maybe it's
the
not
other
for you.
dances. Just give me a second.
Uh-huh.
You were talking about the other dances you
Mhm.
don't do very well, but it doesn't matter because as a partner, sometimes you need to work with them. I learned this when I was little.
Mm-hmm.
My daddy couldn't dance.
Mm-hmm.
He
Your
had
daddy
this.
don't dance,
Yeah.
but your mama just rocks and rolls.
That was true. That was true with the two of them. But he would dance,
Mhm.
and I would dance with him.
Mm-hmm.
He had this one move, this one dance, and I learned that one dance,
Mhm.
and I danced with him.
Mm-hmm.
So we were still, we were
Exactly.
still able to work together.
I-
So the point I was trying to make
Mhm.
is learn how to dance together, regardless of whether both are good or one is good or however it is.
I agree with you totally. I was not at all trying to get the perception that in turn you should only stay there and not move on and expand. Taking the journey
Yes.
is all about moving on,
Exactly.
expanding, but you got to start somewhere
Yes.
before you move. So in love, polarity, differences creates passion. Harmony, respect creates peace. I'll say it again. In love, polarity, differences create passion. That's right. Those who believe strongly that opposites attracts, the only thing that attracts mostly when we do that, because all of us have mostly been there, it creates passion. The other area called lust. Once you lose that, because I say in opposition, I say love is an overrated commodity. You can fall into it easily and fall out just as easily or as slowly. But we're talking about harmony.
Yes.
It creates respect and creates peace
Mhm.
between one another. So example, give us an example.
A woman in flow, she's creative, she's radiant, she's expressive, and she draws out her partner's natural leadership and presence.
Mhm.
If he meets her openness with steadiness as opposed to control, the energy flows between the two of them.
And what easy of a dance that will be if that male doesn't
Mhm.
feel like she is trying to make a divisiveness in the relationship and making him feel like he's not good enough or he don't dance well, which she doesn't do.
Yes.
She don't do that. Or in turn feels like I'm not smart enough. Even all of those divisiveness makes it hard for them to feel good or that
Yes.
person to be able to
Yes.
dance with you. And that, of course, doesn't build a balanced relationship.
No, it doesn't.
Mhm.
And sometimes, we think about those divisive
Mhm.
statements, things of like the negative terminology, the bad statements, the put down statements and
Mhm.
that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Those get right to the brunt of what's going on. But there are other ways too where you can be dismissive and things of that sort that are just as harmful. But if both are in the masculine mode, competing, leading, trying to win,
Mm-hmm.
there's a power struggle.
Yeah, there is definitely
There's a
that power
power
struggle. What's the next one that males sometimes can do when it comes to that?
Males, you tell me what males can do.
Well, we just talked about the males portion. Listening, what's the one we just talked about?
Well, we were talking about if both are in the same place. If he's doing the masculine thing,
No,
and
but in this case we're talking if the male is in the masculine mode. Okay,
Yeah.
he's more competing, leading, trying to win, there's a power struggle.
Yeah, that
I just did that real quickly.
Yeah.
There's a power struggle that we just solved.
exactly, especially if both of them are doing the same thing. Yeah.
Exactly. And so
Mhm.
the power struggle that I was set up real quickly, I decided to back off and not be so competing,
Yes.
leading, and trying to win. In this
Right.
case, because of that, if that happened, there's more of a power struggle. Many times in relationships, that's what we're doing. We're competing with one another. We have that power struggle. We're not trying to be balanced. We might have an old school idea, old school thought that says, hey, when it comes down to it, what? Male runs thing, female comes along the story. For the story, for the show.
It's my world
Or-
and welcome to it.
And the other way around, male or female might say, I run the show and you just
Mhm.
come along with it. Because that's how my mom and dad's been doing
Or,
it, or my mom's been doing it for,
or
centuries.
this is my kitchen, stay out of it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know, I mean, it's silly little things that we can get into that can start to deteriorate the relationship.
Now, here's a story. I worked with a couple where both partners were leaders, definitely. She ran her own business. He was a military vet. They kept classing until they both learned how to shift. She learned to soften without losing power. He learned to listen without feeling weak. Oh man, that military guy, because in the military, he was used to barking orders. We're used to giving orders. There was no way he felt comfortable in listening to her, especially because she ran a business. She was a boss at her business. So she was like, no way I'm listening to you. And he would say, no way I'm listening to you. And obviously there was conflict going on there. They wouldn't listen to each other's energy, even though after talking with them and coaching them, they could tell that inside they knew if they would back off a little bit and allow each other some temperance and patience, they would flow well together, because all they had to do was listen without feeling what? Weak.
Yes.
Because there's that perception that we get too much in our relationship. That is, if I let my feelings go, then I'm too weak.
Yes.
Let's go on to our next section.
Okay.
Mhm.
Creating balance in real life.
And how is that done, Miss?
The reflection tool. Ask yourself, what energy am I bringing today? Am I too far in one? So am I bringing feminine energy, or am I bringing the masculine energy too much? Or am I at a good balance between the two? Ask yourself that question, but you have to answer it honestly. You don't have to, and if your partner says, what energy are you bringing? You can't look at it as, okay, he's telling me that I'm too masculine, or she's telling me that I'm too feminine. You got to be honest, honest with yourself. And even if that means I don't know exactly what energy I'm bringing today, because I'm feeling kind of off balance. That's good, because you can work with that, and maybe meet each other halfway and get that figured out. But, that's an important place to start.
For a woman, she needs to set a schedule, making decisions,
Mhm.
speak your needs clearly, take up space.
Yes.
Take up space. When you set that schedule, make your decisions, speak your needs clearly. I know there's some bosses out there say, I know I do that. But many times you do not make and do not in turn set your schedule, let alone you speak clearly. You may speak with too much of that male energy side.
Take up too much space.
When you speak and make that particular male feel uncomfortable because you're trying to tell him what to do, you're not necessarily trying to ask him what he could do.
Right.
And you may not be giving him any kind of appreciation or words of endearment at all, period,
Yeah.
from that end, because you're thinking, well, he's a male, he don't need to listen to that.
Right.
What an imbalance. When you think about it, when you do that, you're not taking up any space. We're talking about good, loving space, because when you spit it out that way, you're only using 1 or 2 or 3 words anyway, like a male energy, and he ain't really hearing it from
Right,
that particular.
right. And for a man, meditate, journal, listen to music, soften the logic, ask your woman how she feels, and listen without trying to fix it. And that's one thing. Sometimes the masculine energy says, I got to fix everything.
Mhm.
but sometimes it doesn't need to be fixed.
Yeah, I have a hard time with it too because I'm Mr. Fix-It Man. I had to grow up that way, Mr. Fix-It Man. The military, Mr. Fix-It Man. On my job as a technician, IT technician was Mr. Fix-It Man. I'm still a Mr. Fix-It Man
Yeah.
around what we do, Mr. Fix-It Man. You might as well call me Mr. Black MacGyver.
And that's a good thing
Mm-hmm.
sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to keep things in perspective and keep them
Exactly.
balanced. Because my thing is with me where I have trouble is I forget to say, I just need a sounding board. I just need to get this off my chest. It's over, it's taken care of, but I need to get it off my chest.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I start letting out what I'm feeling, then he's got a solution. But I don't need a solution. And so
That's your bridge statement.
Yeah,
we talked about bridge statement. That would be a bridge statement needs to be told. Because I know if you say that to me, then many times it comes to me when it comes to a job. If the job, in this case, is not for me to fix it, but the job is just for me to listen, then since it is that job for me to listen, many times I can in turn say, well, let me just listen. I don't have to do the work.
Right.
It could be because a lot of times I didn't want to do the work in the first place. So listening.
Which
would
makes
be
it even
easier.
better because
And
then you don't have to.
And then hopefully I use my good listening skills. Sometimes
Yeah.
you don't have to. Somebody just say yes, no, okay, baby.
Yeah.
And then that's just as well.
Exactly.
Because that's all she
Exactly.
needs. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So an example in the argument, let's say, give an example. You got to note your example. What's an
Okay.
example?
Instead of yelling or shutting down, which is masculine wounding,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
the man might say, help me understand what you're feeling right now.
mm-hmm.
And that's feminine wisdom
And
in a masculine container.
I was saying that before. Sometimes that's what the younger are doing, like Malcolm and the rest of them are doing. They're doing something that's more feminine in the words, but it's in a masculine container. I love that word. A woman might say, I need 30 minutes alone to regroup. I want to respond with love, not reaction. That's her masculine protecting her feminine energy. Don't do this, sisters. Do that, sisters, as a good bridge statement. Don't do what's usually done, which is I don't say nothing at all.
Yeah.
I'm quiet. Every bit of my feelings are going through my body language, but I don't say anything. That's not good at communication.
Exactly.
Try that bridge statement.
And you've got to use that bridge statement so that your partner doesn't turn around and say you're running away.
Mm-hmm,
You know.
or you're avoiding.
Yeah. And you've got that understanding of not running away, not avoiding. I'm coming back, but I just need a moment.
Yes.
You know. And sometimes that moment is what gives both of you an opportunity to start putting things in
I'm
perspective.
thinking about that one study. So I'm giving me just a minute of your time, just a minute of your time, baby. So I'm not really sure, but I'm not going to do that one part.
Thank you. I was going.
I going to do that.
You can tell I was bracing.
No, I'm not going to do it.
No.
They don't know anything about
Okay,
that anyway.
good.
Go on to our next section. It's all
Okay.
love. This is near our last section.
Yes.
We do it every 10 minutes. We move to another section. So
Yes.
you're getting a different amounts of different foods that you get as a cafeteria. What's a cafeteria approach?
Yeah, it's a buffet.
Buffet approach.
Yeah.
Too. So our last one is
But
closing
one
reflections.
thing I do
Okay.
want to say is we have an hour that we have to fit this into.
Yeah.
If you want a more extended version or more time, call us, send us an email. Let us know. We can set something up where you and your partner or you and your group of friends can come. You know, we can set something up where we can come
Or
and
do a Zoom
something
call.
and do something that is on a larger scale.
Exactly. Or as a Zoom call, we can do this and give you more detail, give you more time to talk about and get more feedback from you
For your
with questions
specific situation.
for edification. And we can, exactly. And then we can help you out with that from that way. Okay.
The
Now,
real power
is
rhythm.
rhythm. Do you got the rhythm of the dance? Anyway, got the rhythm. Hey, Black folks, we many times lose our rhythm in our dance and our relationship. Many times we are so ratchet. We are so out of rhythm. We don't have much. What's that word that's called spiritual side when you're both in tune?
Oh gosh! As soon as you asked me, it went out.
Not just synchronicity. It's another one. Okay, we'll get it as we move on.
It'll come back.
Go ahead.
Okay.
So let's go to the first one.
So to reaffirm,
Mhm.
masculine and feminine energy are not about control. They're about rhythm,
Mhm.
about flow, about respect.
Mhm.
And you've got to respect your partner in order to have a
Do you
relationship
resonate with one
that is
another?
going to, exactly,
Mhm.
that's going to flow, and that's going to have that shift, that give and take.
When both partners honor the energies who are within and between
Excuse
them,
me.
within and between them, that when love becomes scared,
Sacred.
sacred, excuse me, I'm sorry. Don't be scared of being sacred or being serious, because that's the bottom line is that very
Excuse me.
basis of a relationship that is balanced, it's sacred. Then when there's not just lovers, okay, that's when you're not just lovers, you're what?
Partners in healing.
Your partners in healing. And that's where we got to move from being so lustful. As I know, that's what we see on our Facebook. That's what we see most of the time is booties, ass, everything else that's mostly flowing most of the time. And Sally making women mostly sexual objects. And I'm gonna say there's nothing wrong with looking at a good looking woman. I got one here to note about it. There's nothing wrong with having a good looking a woman, a good looking man. But if the emphasis is mostly on the lover's part, that passionate part we talked about before, then you are gonna operate mostly on the lustful side, on the outside. You're not going to deal with that energy from the inside, which is important. That will bring healing in your relationship.
Yes.
Healing in your relationship.
And relationships need to heal, because
we don't live in a perfect world.
Exactly.
And we're not perfect our own selves.
And there's so many things pulling on it that
Mhm.
sometimes we need to regroup as a couple
Mhm.
and do that healing. You know.
Exactly. Cool.
So this is where you need to take inventory.
Mhm.
You, as those who are being a part of the show from the other side.
Mhm.
Some things that you might want to think about, and we suggest you do. Where do I suppress my natural energy? So think about it and ask yourself this: where do I suppress my natural energy?
Mhm.
Do I hold back on my masculine side? Do I hold back on my feminine side? Is it
Mhm.
something that I have learned that I should not be as feminine as I am,
Mhm.
or as I want to be?
Mhm.
You know,
Because she might feel that maybe I'm down low.
or
Well, that did not work out good.
that was
Anyway,
really
I better-
down low.
Yeah, well,
And
definitely.
another one is, where do I expect my partner
Mm-hmm.
to overfunction because I'm afraid to shift?
Mm,
You know, that's a good one. Where do I expect my partner to overfunction?
What's that? What do you mean by that?
What is meant by that is, do I expect my partner to make all the decisions because I'm afraid to make some?
Mhm.
Because I'm afraid that if I make a decision, I might make a wrong decision, or because it has been ingrained in me
Mhm.
that a female is not supposed to make a decision, or on the other side, you know, as a male, you know, if you know, am I supposed to, you know, can I not? I want to spend more time with my children, but
Mhm.
that's kind of, you know, if I'm seen outside with my children, then they're going to say that I'm wimping out.
It could be just as simple as a male. I'm not going out with the boys tonight. I'm just not going to do it. I'm going to
Yeah.
spend time with my woman.
Yeah.
I'm going to spend some time with her. And you might spend your time with the woman, maybe watching a cooking show. And it might be a cooking show that you like. Okay, that's right. It might be one called the barbecue show, which is about selling barbecue. You might enjoy that. I mean, it's laughable, but very simple thing like
very
that
serious.
is something that
Yeah.
you keep your relationship sacred in
Mhm.
doing, and you're allowing that side of you to be soft, female side, but it's coming on the male side because I like barbecue. I'm going to watch that for it. I'm not going out with the boys. So those are the things that we also need to take. I think some of the times the overfunction is having maybe that boss type of sister to calm down herself in the relationship in such a way so she brings a balance and doesn't feel like I have to do everything all the time. I tell them what to do and may want to ask, what do you want for dinner instead of this is what I'm going to fix for you dinner. That's all you got to eat.
Yeah.
Okay. That probably is something that is a way that we can look at as being an overfunction, meaning you're being too far in the energy side, being too female or being too male,
Right.
not allowing that balance.
Right.
Mhm.
Right. So we are getting close to the end.
And this would be the time that we would have our spiritual advocate to kind of shoot in right now,
Yes.
to say something
Bring
to
it
us,
all together.
to bring it all together. I sure miss her. If you are watching, which we should have sent something to you. Maybe you are watching because you know how to watch. And then we're going to say much love to you, Sister Latita. We miss you from that end.
Definitely.
We know that you're doing some great things and some spiritual things to give back to the world, and personally in your life with your mate too.
Mhm.
And we say much blessings to you, much love to you, too. At the same time, we know that all the other folks, young folks, and older watching us, hey, be gifted. At the same time, know that in a relationship, it takes work, it takes time, and it can be a lifetime affair. But we know that if you do that, that balance is your experience that you have on this earth is something that you should very much enjoy and know that's part of life. If you're in a relationship, you want to end us then with our last word of spiritual advice or wise words, Miss Wise Lady from up above.
Or beside you.
Yeah, besides you, Mrs. School Teacher. You're going right back to school, ain't you?
Yes, next
When?
Tuesday.
Next Tuesday, you're back to
Yes.
school in a whole new big school. We saw it, took
Yes.
pictures of it in Richmond Hill. Oh my gosh, how big that school is. I don't know if it's going to hold all the kids either at the same time.
I don't
But I
either,
know you're excited about going and checking
the
it
way
out.
Richmond Hill is growing, you never know. 'Cause,
Exactly.
But anyway,
Richmond
it's
Hill,
going to-
Georgia at that, huh?
it's going to be an adventure.
It
It's
is.
definitely going to be an adventure. But here's the words that we're going to leave
Mhm.
with you. Whether you lead with fire or water, structure or softness, your soul already knows the rhythm. The key is remembering that we are not here to fight for control. We're here to dance. And when we move in that spirit, we are truly
Taking the journey together. Hey, till next time, Ashe, God bless you. Take that journey together and make it an adventure.
That's it.
Like this.